In this parasha, we speak about this parasha. It's Parashat Shmot. After we completed the parasha of Vayechi of last week, we've completed the book of Bereshit. The book of Bereshit, in summarize, it's start talking about the beginning. Bereshit, it means the beginning. And in the Torah, it's known that the beginning, if the Torah decided to divide it for five, if Hashem decided to divide the Torah to 5 books, which means everyone had significance, because God also, and the sages, could divide the portions of the Torah for 4 books or 3 books, but we know today that there is 5 books of Moses. And the first big book called Bereshit, which immediately then we go to the book of Shmot, which we're starting this week. So we are on the verge today between the book of Bereshit, which we read in the last few weeks since Simchat Torah till today, and today we're starting the second book, or the book of Exodus, the book of Shmot. The book of Exodus, its names, the book of Exodus we called Shmot, which means names. It's coming from the pasuk, ואלה שמות בני ישראל, הבאים מצרים, בית יד. So what it means? This is the names of Bnei Israel who coming to Egypt. And the question is, what here is the emphasizing that we call this entire book of Exodus, we call it names, which mean the names of Bnei Israel. And we know that everything in the Torah is coming with proper thinking, and there is no anything that is just done by mistake. Everything is planned. And hence, ואלה שמות בני ישראל, the names of Bnei Israel which coming, and we're starting to publish in the book of Exodus, there is a big meaning for that. But before that, we will try to look a little bit on the names, on the story that we are seeing in the book of Bereshit, the book of Genesis, the first book. We will start and see exactly what we see there in the stories. So story number 1, we're talking about the creation. And then we think about the fathers. What the stories about Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and then the story of Yosef, and then conclude with the story of how Yaakov blessing his kids, everyone to his special blessing. Just a second. Everyone to his special blessings. So, everyone, there is some problem, no? Everyone with special blessings to fit for his name. It's starting with Reuven, Bechori, and then Shimon, and everyone getting a special blessings. And from this blessings of Yaakov Avinu, after that, the Midrash said that from the same blessings, Moshe Rabbeinu blessed the same way every tribe, which means in the same blessing of Yaakov Avinu, that he blessed the 12 sons of his, The same way Moshe Rabbeinu in the last book of in the last book of Moses, in the last parasha, in Parashat Vezot HaBracha, which we read in Simchat Torah, he blessed them in the same way. And means that in this blessing of Yaakov, there are the entire summary of the Torah, which comes as instruction to us. When we see the book of Shmot started with the story of the nation of Israel when they entered to Egypt, and they suffered a lot. That the Egyptian was making them to suffer. They would work hard. They were disturbed in whatever they did. But we also seeing in the story then how the nation of Israel, God revealed on them and redeems them from Egypt to go to the land of Israel. Still in this story, we're not hearing the story about about entering Israel. We're just hearing how they went to the desert, how they started to serve God with the ark that they built, and the Mishkan, and the work of Kohanim, and then it continues. It's known that Egypt, it's coming from the word boundaries. In Hebrew, Mitzrayim, it's Metzarim, in the same letters. If you will translate the word Mitzrayim, which means Egypt in English, but you translate it to plain Hebrew, what it means boundaries. We know that the Torah is Torah Chaim, that the Torah didn't want just to give us stories about Am Israel and about our fathers without any reason. He gave us with a reason. God chose to every story from the Torah in order that we will be able to live with this information, with this story, and will be able to learn from it exactly how about our missions in the world. So Egypt, it's again represent boundaries. And if we see the life, any life of every one of us faced boundaries in life, which means he feels that he cannot be free to do what he was supposed to do. Some people said to me, we are unable to live like a Jew in the way that we wanted to live, because this world giving you stops, give us a lot of challenges. Sometimes it's the challenges by your health, sometimes it's the challenges by distance from where we are. In general, we see boundaries in life. And the question is, what is God request us to do in this world in order to fulfill the mission that we have? He creates the boundaries, and he creates a situation which we as a soul that have been in land of Israel, the spiritual land of Israel, it means the place where there is no disturbance. Our forefathers been already in Eretz Canaan, and from there they had to go down to Egypt, Yaakov and his kids. And if we understand that, we try to understand the analogy to our life. Who they are, who are the 12 tribes that came down to Egypt? It's described that they and their family reached to the number 70 people, 70 members of Yaakov and his kids who entered to Egypt. And they entered to Egypt, and there they have been forced to serve a land which is not their motherland, to serve a kingdom which will not benefit with them. And they had to do that. For 210 years, Redu Shanim, at the beginning it was supposed to be 400, but Hashem make it short. They have been in a situation, that they doesn't do what they want, what they're supposed to do. Same thing, the neshama, the soul of a Jewish person, coming to the world with a mission. The word in Hebrew said olam. Olam, it's coming from the word he'elem, means something which you hidden and not understood. So the nature of this world is, first of all, it's something that we not understand. Why? Because God created in such way that it will hide our real purpose. So we will have the ability to do something. One king was sending his son and requested him, please go to one area of my kingdom, which there is no good welfare, no good system of law. There you will be able to create some service for me. The son said pleasurely. He went to these villages, to the rural area. He speak with the people. They have a different rules. They doesn't understand the logic of the kingdom, of the king. He's starting to speak with them about what he's seen in the palace of the king. None of them don't understand him. None of them really communicate him in the same way. And days by, he doesn't succeed to remember why he's there. He wants everything that he's facing in his mission to make his place where the king sent him, failed. People don't understand him. People not speak with him in the same language, because he came from a palace and they came from the street. They have a different set of rules, different understanding. Whatever he tells them, they don't understand. But the king sent him for a mission. So he decided that he will have to dress himself, to behave like them for some time, in order that he will be able to communicate with them. So he started to dress himself and started to behave like them a little bit. And with the days goes by, he became really talking their language, eating their food, seeing everything, doing whatever they do. Same thing like the people there. And days more go by, he asked himself, why I'm here? Do I here for doing the same thing like all the other people here? Then he got remember again, I am in a mission here. I am in a mission. I am son of king that has been sent to do a mission in these villages. And hence, I have to change my set of mind. He immediately remembered that and wake up in the morning and sent letter to his father. He said to his father, yes, I reached to the destination which you sent me, to some very, very uneducated place, rural area. And no one here understood what I wanted from them. Now I learned their language. But until I learned their language and learned their behavior, I forgot my own language. I almost forgot how to use my tools as a son of a king. And now I got remembered. And now I have the opportunity to do a change in this place. The neshama, when coming to the world, the neshama coming to the world in one purpose, to be able to give light. Why? Because if you take a candle and put it in a very, very enlightened room, then the candle have no any effect. However, when you send the same candle, when you use the same candle in a dark room, the same candle, the same very much candle will be able to give very great light that will make a big change. The neshama, when coming to the world, coming to a place where everything is hidden, everything is not understood. And until she remembered what she's doing, what is the mission of this neshama, sometimes she forget that she is actually in a place where she's supposed to make a change. She not came to the world in order to accept the situation of light, to accept the situation of darkness. She came to the world in order to create light. And this is sometimes a very long journey. When the person come down to the world and grow up as a kid, as a father, and he still forget, he's still speaking the language of this common men, common people in the world. However, a Jewish neshama came to the world in order to affect, to give new reality, new divine impact. And here is a story of the Shmot, of Parashat Shmot. In Parashat Shmot, after we heard that Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, about their godly way of life, they have been the perfect Jewish. They served their God with all the heart, and with all the might, in all their powers, and they became a divine people. And their kids also were people that supposed to continue in the same way of their fathers. Everyone with its own strengths. Reuven, for example, the Rebbe emphasized, coming from the word Reuben, which means someone that can see divinity. Shimon is someone that can understand divinity, coming from the word lishmoa, to hear. And Yehuda, every one of the names of the Jewish tribes, they got special in the names of, in their names, hidden a special quality, that this quality will give him the ability to give light to the world. The same father, the same king, when he received the letter of his son, he, in one side, was very happy. He's happy that his son is safe. His son sent him letters that he understands that he coming from a special place, and he coming to make an effect and make a change. But he was very sad also to see and to know that his son forgot his qualities, his powers. And hence he decided to send him someone of his army to help the son so he will succeed in his mission. When the same person came, he told him, now that you remember your father, now that you remember the situation that is hard with you, that you are here for a special mission, now I will be able to teach you your quality and remind you your qualities, so you will be able to do your mission and to really change and give light. Same thing in the story of Am Yisrael in the Galut, in the exile. The exile, the sages, the first exile and this exile that we are going to, are emphasized by, are compared by the sages to night. Like a night that there is no light enough. Nothing is clear, you cannot see far. You see only one step ahead. This is the situation of our nation right now. We came to the world, but we don't understand really what is the mission, what we're supposed to do, what is our quality, what is our special quality that we can give as a neshama. Because once we started to enter Egypt, to enter to our day-to-day life, the difficulty become hard. Every day today, we need to take care about paying the bills, take care about the health, take care about life in general. But we're feeling that it's a great challenge. And it's not just that it's a great challenge, it's make us to forget what we are really here for. It's make us to be in a situation that actually we're feeling boundaries on our real mission in this world. When Am Yisrael came to Egypt, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, was not ready to release them. He was not ready to release them that they will be able to serve God. The words of the Torah is that Moses came to Pharaoh and was asking, let my people, we go to serve our God and we'll come back. In the beginning, he did not say to Pharaoh, I want to take them out to land of Israel. He just told them, I want to take my people to serve God in the desert. Pharaoh did not wanted to happen. He knew that these people, the Israelites, the Israelites of that age, that era, was the source of the blessing of Egypt. They knew it from Joseph. They seen how Joseph was giving the entire influence to this nation, and how Egypt survived the great famine for so many years due to the wisdom of Yosef. And since then, the Haggadah of Pesach said that Am Israel was Metsuyanim Sham. They have been very, very, very successful, which means they have been in top. They have been planners of build, how to build, designers, engineers, but they was working day and night for the king of Egypt and not for them. And they wanted to become free people. All these boundaries that Egypt, the king of Egypt, wanted them to have was only for one purpose. So they will serve and they will give existence to Egypt. Not because he wanted them to success. He wanted the success, they will work, but for him. The king of Egypt, as per the Zohar, he represents the Yetzer Hara, which actually try to put us in situations to forget what we're doing really for in this world. He wants us to invest our thoughts, speech, and actions, which are the garment of our souls, because the soul cannot express itself without these three elements: thought, speech, and action. The Yetzer Hara want us to invest our entire thoughts, our entire speech, and our action only in the day-to-day life. That's why we are under his government. And we are actually, instead of eliminated the boundaries, we are actually make the boundaries stronger. As much as we invest time and our soul and our mind in our day-to-day, we forget the real mission that we are coming to do. When we are in a moment that we need to get ourselves uplifted in the world, we really need some help from above. Why? Because the boundaries are there only for one reason. The boundaries of Egypt are there only for us to be able to give light. The same thing that the darkness created for what? So the light will be able to be noticed. When we as a Jewish soul understand that, we will need, it's not enough that we understand that we are in a mission here. If we don't know how to break these boundaries, how to create a new light, then we definitely in a situation that we cannot make any change. However, then, as in the story, the king sent one of his officers one of his high-rank officers, to give a guidance to the son. Same thing in every generation, like in the generation of Moses. Hashem sent us Moses. What Moses come to tell us? Moses come to tell us there is no boundaries, really. The boundaries are in our perception. If you believe in God that sent you here, you cannot just to be in a situation of that you're giving light. You will discover that even the king of Egypt, even the Yetzer Hara, he cannot do anything but let you do your work. Let you do the work and come out to the place which you're supposed to be until you will reach to the land of Israel. This is what Moshe did. Moshe gave us a Torah. Moshe gave us the way to deal with these boundaries. By learning the Torah, by doing the mitzvot, you are break actually the reality and you make a new reality. Every word of Torah break the reality of that the world is actually with boundaries, which is a time which is known that there is no boundaries in front of God. If God wants something, everything is happening. But a Jew, he have also a divine soul, which means there is a piece of God within him. He can create reality. How he can create reality with his faith. But what brought us, the Jews, to a situation of faith? That we first of all recognize that we are in darkness. This was the condition for the redemption. When Hashem remembered to take us out from Egypt, he said to Moshe, "V'gam ani shamati et naakat bnei Israel." I heard the pain of Am Israel when they have been in Egypt, which means they felt that they walking from day and night, and this is what brought them to a situation that they want a new reality, which is they said to themselves, cannot be that God put us in the world in order that we will be slave of the reality, slave of the world. Same thing, the Rebbe in our generation, he coming to help us and guide us. But he coming to help us what? To break the boundaries of the world. To understand that the Jewish, he himself, through the learning the Torah and executing the mitzvot, he can create a new reality in the world. When a Jew pray, unite with the infinity, he actually changed the reality. There is a story that one Hasid came to the Rebbe and he started to cry about some problem that he had. And the Rebbe told him, I don't know, I cannot help you. He was crying more and more and more and more and more. The Rebbe told him, I cannot help you. Then he told him, then the Hasid left. And after he left, he went to pray Mincha. After Mincha, the Rebbe called him back to his office. He came back to the office and the Rebbe started to bless him and tell him that all your problem will be solved. Then he asked him, what happened in this few minutes ago, the Rebbe told me there is no way to help me. And now the Rebbe tells me that everything will be all right. So he told him, you, before that, it was before the prayer. Now, after the prayer, it's all complete new reality. You went to pray mincha, after that it's a new reality. So really the Jews came to the world in an ability to give infinity light, to create new reality, to come to the world, to a place of darkness and make the light, to come to a place of ignorantity, and bring them wisdom of God. The only thing that he was need is to remember how to do that. And this is Moshe Rabbeinu, Mashiach Tzidkenu also, and also the other sages during the generation. I want to say a story and say a few words, and which connected very much to what we just said, to today is the anniversary day of the Rambam, Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon. It's actually not today, yesterday it was. Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon is one of the greatest tzaddikim that the entire generation, that we have seen in the entire generation. He composed several books. One of them, it's called the Yad HaChazaka, the strong hand, which there he organized the entire Warbal Torah in such way that every one of us will be able to study and learn it. And it was said on him that from Moshe Rabbeinu until Moshe ben Maimon, until Moshe, from Moshe to Moshe, there is no one like Moshe. There was no such sage like Moshe Rabbeinu. The Rebbe in our generation, which is the Moses of this generation, requests us that every Jew will learn a little bit from the Rambam daily. It's so important. No many sages got to this level that will be an importance to learn their scripts every day. Only the Moshe Rabbeinu we heard, David HaMelech, we heard about Tehillim. But like Moshe, like Rambam, that right now the entire nation, entire diaspora knows that they're supposed to learn it in order to know the truth of divinity. There are a few books. We said the books of Hayad HaChavaka, but there is also another book, which called the Sefer HaMitzvot, the book of all the mitzvot, all the 613 mitzvot. I recommend to everyone to learn. There is a daily mitzvah. You can get it in English if you can contact after that to Elisheva. She will give guidance to everyone that wants where to get it online, to learn every day 1 or 2 mitzvah. There are mitzvot, there are 613 mitzvot. We need to know them. And all this mitzvot was documented by the Rambam, and every one of us today, due to his work, able to remember what we're supposed to do. All these commandments, all these mitzvot, are our ability to give light in the world. So, with the merit of the Rambam, all of us can study a little bit more about what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to do. And I'm sure that by this way, we'll be able to give a great light until the main light will come, the full redemption, which will see a different reality in the world. What is the reality? The world which is enlightened, not night. Situation of morning, that everything is clear, everything understood, why we are here, what is our mission, and how to do this mission. It will be clear to us very much. Elisheva already published here in the links that the book of mitzvot of the Rambam. You can daily learn 1 or 2 mitzvah in English. It's a beautiful and very enlightening your day. If anyone have a question, thank you very much for joining. If anyone have a question, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
תודה
you.
רבה.
תודה רבה.
Thank you. Thank you.
תודה רבה, אלישבע. ביי.
Thank you, סמדר. להתראות.
להתראות.
להתראות, ביי ביי.